Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the so-called Black community.
Here we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
The daughters of Malcom X have filed a $100 million lawsuit against the CIA, FBI, and the NYPD and others for playing a role in the 1965 assassination of Malcom X. Hello, my name is Reneilwe Morema, and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel. I'm reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. The family of the slain civil rights leader accused the U.S. government of having a corrupt, unlawful, and unconstitutional relationship with Malcom X's killer. The family of the late civil rights activist Malcom X filed a $100 million federal lawsuit against the FBI, CIA, and New York Police Department in connection with his death, 60 years after his assassination. In a press conference on Friday, November 15th, Ilyasah Shabazz and her sister Ilyasah Shabazz were joined by attorney Ben Crump and his legal team on behalf of the revolutionary Muslim minister born Malcolm Little, later Al-Haj Malik Al-Shabazz, who was shot and killed on February 21st, 1965 at the age of 39. We believe that they all conspired to assassinate Malcom X, one of the greatest thought leaders of the 20th century, said Crump. While discussing the lawsuit filed in Manhattan federal court, Crump expressed hope that federal and city officials could read it and learn all the deadly deeds that were done by their predecessors and try to right these historic wrongs. Malcom X's family is claiming that law enforcement officials concealed crucial evidence involving a plot to kill the religious leader, but did intervene. According to the AP, the lawsuit alleges that there was a corrupt, unlawful, and unconstitutional relationship between law enforcement officials and ruthless killers that went unchecked for many years and was actively concealed, condoned, protected, and facilitated by government agents leading up to the murder of Malcom X. The FBI declined people's request for comment, and a spokesperson for the NYPD said the NYPD will decline comment on pending litigation.
For years, our family has fought for the truth to come to light concerning his murder, and we'd like our father to receive the justice that he deserves. The truth about the circumstances leading to the death of our father is important, not only to his family, but to many followers, many admirers, many who look to him for guidance, for love. And it is our hope that litigation of this case will finally provide some unanswered questions. We want justice served for our father. Thank you.
Well, I am glad that this is happening. I can't imagine losing a father in such a cruel manner and not being able to process that loss because the hostility from the government at the time did not allow you to grieve nor get answers or justice. $100 million is not enough. It's not enough. It's like no amount of money can heal Malcom X's family. One thing I have noticed during the Jim Crow, apartheid, and all those unlawful wars launched against Black people is that them folks fear a liberated Black man. They fear a liberated Black man so much so that they have to murder him. Malcom X, unlike Nelson Mandela, taught the Black people how to defend themselves. He wasn't teaching hate. He was teaching common sense. If someone is knocking over your head, you have to stop him. You have to do whatever you have to do to stop that person from playing on your head. Them folks were used to getting away with their violence against us, doing whatever they wanted with us, and Malcom X was like, no more. I will fight back. And guess what them folks did? They said he's teaching hate, he's violent. They victimized themselves when Malcom X was trying to defend himself. And that led to his death.
They attacked the victim. And then the criminal who attacked the victim accuses the victim of attacking him. Yes, sir. This is American justice. Yes, sir.
Towards the final years of Malcom X, he made groundbreaking moves towards ending racism and oppression of Africans and African Americans, and essentially all blacks around the globe, by charging the United States and the United Nations over crimes against humanity. That is the main reason I think he was killed. During his visit to Nairobi, Kenya in 1959, Malcom X met a man called Pio Gama Pinto. He was also a political activist in Kenya, fighting for the rights of Kenyans to free Kenyan people under the oppression of the oppressors back in 1959, establishing a close friendship and forming a stand against the oppression of black people around the world. It is reported that Pinto was the one who challenged Malcom X's nationalist politics, and after their interaction, Malcom X expanded his worldview to Pan-Africanism and reshaped his thinking towards internationalism in the fight against oppression. Pinto and Malcom X, in the course of their collaboration, set up a plan to address the oppression of Africans and African Americans by charging the United States and the United Nations over crimes against humanity. It is believed that this could be one of the reasons why both were killed. The US, Britain, and all those colonizers could not let the black community across the globe to be united. During his visit to Nairobi, Kenya in 1959, Malcom X met Pio Gama Pinto, also an activist in Nairobi, that he was fighting for the freedom of the Nairobi people, the freedom of the Kenyan people. Him and Malcom X established a close friendship and forming a stand against the oppression of black people around the world. It is reported that Pinto was the one who challenged Malcom X's nationalist politics, and after their interaction, Malcom X expanded his worldview to Pan-Africanism and reshaped his thinking towards internationalism in the fight against oppression. Pinto and Malcom X, in the course of their collaboration, set up a plan to address the oppression of Africans and African Americans by charging the United States at the United Nations over crimes against humanity. It is believed that this could be one of the reasons why both of them were killed. The US, Britain, and all those colonizers could not let the black communities across the globe to unite. I mean, can you imagine the nuclear bomb that could have hit them if Malcom X and Pinto were successful in bringing racism to the doorstep of the USA? Can you imagine how far we could have been in life if we did not have leaders who are easily bribed and greedy? We could have been experiencing true freedom right now. The freedom we have right now is selective. It is owned by capitalists who are here to protect and promote their own interests. People that truly wanted freedom for black communities, people who did not have ulterior motives during the fight against oppression, people who had our best interests at heart, were killed by the law. Why? Because they held the key to what could have been true freedom. You know you are badass if the law had to step out of character and kill you. Malcom X, Chris Hani, Steve Biko, Martin Luther King, those were the kind of leaders that could not be bought. They could not be bribed. They really wanted liberation and freedom for the people. And the government was like, no, we can't have these kind of people alive. Let us step out of character. Let us step outside the law and take the law into our own hands and kill these people before they could, give liberation to the people to the black people across the globe. We can't have Africans, African Americans, Black Caribbeans unite. We cannot have that. So they had to kill them. I mean, I applaud Malcom X's family for suing these forces that killed this young leader, because we all know that those people they put in prison for his murder were just pawns in a chess piece. They didn't do it. There is a pattern of assassinations carried out by imperialism in that no links between the assassins and their real masters can be found. True, a number of scapegoats are made to serve sentences, but the political motives of the instigators behind the assassinations are hidden, and even today we still don't know who they are. Evidence is hidden or destroyed. The assassinations of Malcom X and Pinto fall into this pattern. This again requires more research, but the ruling classes in Kenya, USA, and Britain prevented any meaningful official investigations. They also deprived funds to others seeking clarification. And if this fails to stop the investigation, they use further threats and assassinations to support the truth. This is an article I read online. It was written by a Kenyan law student. It was a no name. I couldn't find the name of this law student, who basically said that the assassination that killed the true leaders that I was talking about, sometimes there's no links between the people that carry out the murders and the masters. Research is needed to uncover these kind of truth. Right now we are just basing our research and our news based on hearsay, based on theory. But we all know that the government had a play in killing these leaders, in killing these revolutionaries, killing these people that wanted true freedom for us. It is a fact that those behind the assassinations of African revolutionaries are never caught, and that only smoke screens are put on to divert people's attention. While it is true that Malcom X had a serious conflict with the Nation of Islam and that Pio Gama Pinto was feared by the Kenyan ruling elite, we are certain that imperialist forces had a hand in their killings. It is for certain. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations right here on the African Diaspora News channel.